Hello, and welcome to this meditation. You can see I am surrounded with the darkness. Hekate, of course, is so connected to not only the darkness, but the beautiful light within it. I have our devotional candle right here. There's a threshold here, there's a liminality between the light and the darkness. That is, we follow Hecate's torches into the darkness, into the shadows, into the cave, into the dark, wet womb of the divine feminine, that we are seeing clearly for the first time. And there's an irony in that, isn't there? That if we've tried all of the superficial, surface level things to heal ourselves, to find meaning and connection and empowerment, and we haven't been illuminated, but when we step into the dark, when we step into our cave, there we find what we've been searching for: enlightenment. Enlightenment in the sense that we know who we are, we know whose we are, that we are of Hecate and the divine feminine, and we are beings who walk in shadow, carrying the light, healing ourselves, and at times guiding others to their own version of wholeness. What a treasure it is to be at that threshold, the threshold of dark and light. And yet, as there is with any threshold, there is a choice. There is a choice. Do we go into the darkness with intention and trust, aligning to that guiding pale light up ahead of the moon and the torch? Do we trust ourselves that our own light can shine? Do we cross that threshold into the territory of Hecate? Or do we say, no, I'm going to stay here because this is uncomfortable, but I can see everything around me? It's a choice. And as we go into the darkness, we cross that threshold of Empilios or Protherea. Hecate has so many threshold, gate, and crossroads epithets. Those are just a couple. If we choose to go into that darkness, the cave is the symbol I like the most, the intentional return to the cave. There's that element of trust, but we also have to let things go. You know, it's a journey. We can't take it all with us. So as we stand at that threshold, there is a catharsis that must occur. The catharsis of, I'm going on this journey. I'm following Hecate's torches. I'm going into her darkness, into her night, into her mysteries. Well, what do I actually require for this trip, this journey, a pilgrimage? What do I require to commit to this crooked path? And what can I leave here at the entrance and say, this belongs to the past? This belongs to the past. And that is our focus for the meditation today. So I'll invite everyone present and everyone viewing on the recording. If you can, close your eyes and get comfortable. And if you don't happen to have a candle lit, and if the room you're in is still brightly lit, hit pause if you're watching the recording and go and dim the lights and turn on your candle, whether it's an LED or a wax candle, whatever you've got. Just create the energy of the threshold of dark and light so we can go into it together. Close your eyes And soften your breath. Let's get rooted to seeing your roots extend deep into the realm of Chthoniya, which means of the earth, referring to the underworld, the afterlife, but also that rich, dense soil, the earth's mantle, the core, what stabilizes the world. And there's all that rich darkness down there, isn't there? Just connect to that and let your roots release anything you're holding that needs to be let go of. And then see them drawing up that nourishment from deep, deep within Chthoniya's realm. Feel that rich, dense essence coming up, activating the intuition, hearkening to the mysteries of this time of the year. Beautiful energy. Now I'd like us to work on our heart center, opening up your heart. This time of the year, here in the Northern Hemisphere, the moon is in dominion. The moon dominates the day. You know, we're going into the darkest weeks of the year, and as Hecateans, we are beings of the moon. We belong to the moon. So open up this middle self heart energy to the time when nature is governed by the moon and not the sun. See the moon manifest its rest upon the natural world. This is the time of comfort, of quietude, when all that verdancy, the urgency of verdancy from the summer, it's all the opposite energy now. The natural world is hunkering down. The trees are bare. They are going into their slumber. The animals, many animals go into torpor or hibernation. It is that time of the year when the moon says, you have earned your rest. And for us, it is a time of spiritual connection, of ritual, of contemplation, and of honoring the moon, that great symbol of Hekate in all of her phases. Open up your heart to this time of the year and the season of the moon. Let's bring the heart and the root into accordance, and let's go up to the higher self, third eye, crown. As we are going into this deeper time of the year, going into the cave and the season of the moon, we peer activating that third eye, peering into the mysteries. The key here, in terms of the mind and the higher self, is that of acceptance and curiosity. This path, this work, to be in her service, it calls us to do some reprogramming, to let go of preconceived notions, that meaning is what matters, that perfectionism doesn't belong here in Hecate's territory of the night, of the dark. And if we are crossing this threshold, these are some of the things, often things of the mind, are the things we need to let go of, right? We had a lot of education, many of us, from early days, to be productive in the sense of we go to a job and we earn money for someone else, and that is the measure of a person's worth. And here in Hecate's territory, that currency does not matter. She doesn't care. She doesn't care about the clothes we wear or where we live or our health status. She accepts us and values us and welcomes us into her territory. So, what is it here in the mind that you might need to let go of in order to clearly see with that higher vision so you can journey in her darkness well? And of course, extend your crown, your upper branches, extend them into her night sky, her beautiful stars. Of course, the legend has it that Hekate was born of the stars and the darkness. There's darkness all around. And in it, we are safe. See this darkness become a protective circle. See the moon make it shimmer and illuminate. See her torches light it up as well. See yourself as solitary within it, but yet also connected to all those here in the coven and others who are on this journey of Hecate's sacred darkness, and choose with intention and humility, curiosity, and openness to cross that threshold, to say to Hekate and Peleus, I have done the work of catharsis, and I am ready for this initiation into your sacred darkness. And these are my offerings, the things that no longer serve me, that I am sitting down as I enter your sacred cave. Bring yourself back into the room, into the moment. Taking a breath here, easing yourself. That was deep work. Are you ready to cross into that threshold? Hecate calls us to this journey, and it is our choice whether we embark. Are you ready for the transformation? Are you ready to heal? Only you can answer that. Hecate awaits.